Hello everyone. Previously, we had discussed about the advanced generics with the multiple type parameters. So today we'll be discussing about the utility types, nothing but exclude, extract, and omit. Right. So utility types are basically predefined TypeScript types that simplify the common type transformations. This is simple to understand, right? So utility types are basically predefined TypeScript types that simplify common type transformations. So what does exclude, extract, and omit does? Exclude removes the specific types, extract selects the specific types, and omit removes the properties from a type. Again, I'm telling this is important. Just try to remember this thing. Exclude basically removes the specific types, extract selects the specific types, and omit removes the properties from a type, right? Let's try to implement the same thing with the example. Initially, let's go with using exclude, and second example, let's go with using the omit, right? You can try with this one. You can try your own with this one, extract basically. So I insist you to try with different examples so that you'll try to understand. I mean, you will understand the concept clearly, right? So let's go with the example. Initially, the first example using exclude. So I'll quickly come here. Let me give here a type. Let me consider this one primitive. So let's set this one to string. Let's make use of the union type here, number or boolean. This is fine. Next, let me consider type here, non-string. This one, let's exclude. Within this one, let me give here primitive, and let me pass the string here. So this removes the string from the value, right? So this removes the string from the value. That's what we are doing here in this line. So let me consider the variable name value here. So this should be non-string basically, and let me set this one. I mean, set the variable value to certain value, right? So in my case, I'll just give some random value. I'll just give 42, and let me quickly come here and log here. Let me log the value here. So if I log the value, I have to get the output 42 here. Let's see. Let's try running the code and let's see. So I am getting the output 42. So we are um, getting the proper value. But what happens if I give here, let value non-string I have considered, and I have given the number, I have assigned the variable value to the 42. So what happens if I give here value, let me set this one to something within the string Bharadwaj, right? So this has to throw the error, nothing but the type string is not assignable to the type non-string, right? Here we have clearly mentioned non-string here. So we have to get the output type string is not assignable to the type non-string. So let me quickly run the code here. So you can clearly see type Bharadwaj is not assignable to the type number or boolean, this one. So this is completely correct, right? So basically, we are making use of the non-string. Here, in simple terms, the type string is not assignable to the type non-string. So that's what it is giving here. So type Bharadwaj is not assignable to the type number or the boolean, right? So I'll just quickly comment this one. If I try to run this one now, this one is in the form of number. So we have to get the output where this one 42, which is absolutely correct. So quickly, I'll explain what I've done here. Exclude whatever I have this keyword, whatever I have used here, this one exclude of primitive and this string, this one I'm using here, right? This one basically. So this creates a type by removing the string. Again, I'm telling this is important. This creates a type by removing the string. Finally, output the variable value which is logging 42 here. The variable value which logs 42 as it conforms to the remaining types, right? So the value that we are getting here in the form of output is absolutely correct. So next example, let's go with using omit very clearly. So very quickly, let me erase this one. Let's go with the example using omit, right? So I'll just give here interface user. Within this one, let me consider ID, which is of type number, and name will be of the type string, basically. Finally, password will be of type string as well here. I hope this is clear. I'll just come out of the interface. Let me give here type public user. This one I'll just give here omit. Within this one, let me give user, and let me pass something within the this one strings. I'll just give here password. So ID, name and password I have considered here, right? User and password I have given here. This one basically what it does here, this line, what we are doing here is we are just removing the password from the user, right? So we are just removing the password from the user. Remember this one, we are making use of the omit, and we are giving here user, this one user, the first parameter within the angle bracket, and the password we are passing here as the second parameter within the strings. Why within the strings? Because we have set this one to the within the string. So this one basically what it does here is it removes the password from the user. That is the reason we are making use of the omit here. So next, let me come here. Let me make use of the variable name user. So let me set this one to the public user, right? So that's what I've considered in the above line, variable name. So within the object, what I'll do, I'll just assign ID to 1. Some random number I'll just consider. I'll just give 1 in my case. And name, let me give here Bharadwaj. So this has to be within the string, right? So name I have, this is of the type string. So here I have made a mistake basically. Misspelled here. This one has to be string. So this is fine. Finally, I'll just come out of this object basically. So just give me a second here. Let me quickly log here. What is the name that I've considered? User, right here. So I'll just pass the user here. So the output that I need to get here is within the object ID 1 name Bharadwaj. That's what we need to get here is. Let's try to run the code here very quickly. So property password is missing in the type, but required in the type using. Just give me a second here. So yeah, what this is saying here, property password is missing in type. So here what I have done here, password I have considered. Oh yeah, here this has to be small p, not the capital P. This is fine. Let me try to run the code again. Let's run the code again. Yeah, now we are getting the output ID 1 and the name Bharadwaj. I had misspelled this one here. This has to be capital P. I mean small p basically. I had given capital P, right? So this is fine. Now we are getting the output ID 1 and name Bharadwaj, which is absolutely correct, right? So what I'll do here is, so what we have done here is, so we are making use of the omit here to remove the password from the user. If you do the same thing with the name here, I'll just give here within the, instead of name, I'll just give here name, and let me give here password something. I'll just give here Bharadwaj 123. So what we are doing here, this basically removes the name from the user instead of the password. Previously we were removing the password, now we are removing the name, and here we have set the password to Bharadwaj123. If I try to run the code, we have to get ID1 and password, this one password Bharadwaj123, right? So let's try to run the code here. So yeah, you can clearly see here. So again, I'm telling here, let me quickly explain what I've written here. Omit user of this one, user comma name, whatever I have made use of here. This creates a new type excluding the name here, excluding name, sorry, this one. And the console locks the object without the name field here. The console, again I'm telling, it locks the object without the name field. I hope this is completely clear. Let me quickly erase this one. So we saw how to make use of the omit and how to make use of the exclude, both keywords, right? Basically, I hope the concept of utility types, nothing but exclude, extract and omit is completely clear. So please do try out. I insist you to try out with the different examples. Please do try out with extract and Also try out with the different examples, give the different values, try out with different things, so you understand the concepts clearly, right? So try out on your own, so that you'll get to know how to debug and dealing with the errors, right? Mainly. So next we'll be discussing on the topic awaited type. So for now, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.